Hi, welcome back to Leslie Crafts. Today I'm going to show you part one of the I can't get hold of it. The ephemera book that we're doing in a Halloween version. So first of all, with your chipboard you need a piece which is 9.5. So we can cut that straight away. Just turn it over and cut it again. If you've got blunt blades, these are best, because otherwise they mess it up. So I'm just gonna cut that off. I'll rip it off, and then you want these two into 6. So half of this, just like so. And then 6 again. Oops, daisy. Just like so. And then just fold that in half. And check. Just like that. So you've got 2 pieces, front and back, so which is 9.5 by 6. And then on this one here, you want your spine piece at 2.5, which it more or less is anyway, by 9.5. So literally all you'll have left of your chipboard, of your cereal pack might be a little bit different, is that bit there. All you'll have left as a scrap. Okay, so that is that bit there done. So what I do next is I make sure that all of this is covered in, one side is all covered in tape. Now I got this tape here from AliExpress, and I got it for another project and I haven't done the other project, but I can use it on this, use the plastic. And this tape here will literally go down here and do that. Now I hope everybody's followed everybody up on the Hoblob and the other collaborations which have been happening for Halloween. Like I say, this tutorial is going out after that. So, but you would have already seen the finished book. So make sure that this is well burnished down, because it just helps take that tape off. And then put tape on to here. Now you can get bigger strips of tape, but I haven't. So I'm just doing this. And the bits I haven't got all the way up to the top, I'll just put some other tape on it, so it gets all covered. Because double-sided tape won't stick to double-sided tape. So, and you know, it just helps give it a good burnish on there. And then do this side. If you want to make sure that it goes from top to bottom, you can just slightly overlap it and then just push back with double-sided tape once you've finished. And obviously as you get to know your piece of tape, then you get to know where you can pull it off and stuff. So that is that one there. So I'm just going to get my bone folder back out, really press this down so it's really stuck onto onto the chipboard. Okay, so that's your 3 pieces all taped up on one side. You can put them to side for 1 minute, and then we can work out what the front cover you want as a base. So some of these are double-sided. So here I could use that side as it, unless I want to use the counterparts for something. So I don't know, but I do quite like the pastel colours. For this one here, this black and white, or with them, I'm not too sure if I want them as a focal point on my front of my cover. I know what I want to do roughly on the front, so I need to work out what goes with what. I'm not too sure if I want the cat or the thing. The only other one I was thinking of maybe is the spiders or the webbing. That's another maybe. Don't forget I've got the inside to do as well. These are sweets with more counterparts. I know I'm not keen on this pattern, but it will do for the inside of my book, like for the pages. There's a cat one, which I quite like. It's like purpley, or I've got the house. Yeah, so I'm a bit stuck, and the same with the jack-o'-lanterns, and that's quite, to me, quite busy, and it will give people eye strain. So I might leave them for my pages, and I think I'm going to have the skulls as my outside, and then I'm going to have this one. Oh, I don't know actually if it's got pockets. Decisions. I might use my spiders as my inside. So I'm going to go with those two, otherwise I'm going to be so indecisive, it's going to be unbelievable. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to get these little branding strips out, but don't, I'm just moving a gem, don't chuck them away, because we can make some cards with them. So if we do these for the 2, is what I'll do is I'll do the covers and the inside with you today, so it might be a bit of a long video, and then do the page, show you how I do the pages. Most of the pages will be already done, but I can show you the principle. Right, so because these are going to be overlapping, what you want to do is you want to just put a strip of double-sided tape down here, just like so, just so when you come to overlap it, it's got something to stick on. So my desk is really, I'm rearranging my craft room, so everything is a bit everywhere really, and I just need to make sure that it's, so I'm sort of enclosing myself, which I don't mean to do. So you want to make sure that is absolutely as pushed down as you can get it, so it looks like one continuous sheet of paper, which you know it's not. Then, chucking everything everywhere. Then you want to get these. Now you want to get that strip down your spine basically. So we're going to put the spine down first, So take your backing off. Yes, I am shoving all my tape on the floor because it needs a clean anyway. So make sure that it's as equal on the top and the bottom as you can get it. Just like so. Now just place it down without sticking it down. And then you get your next piece. So whichever side piece that you want to use for first. I know I'm off camera slightly with this, but it's just the one with the sticky tape at the top. It will just, if you give it a little bit of a pull, it will just come out from underneath it. So there we go. I mean, you can just tack it down with your hand. Okay. And then you just want to casually leave about, not even, rule of thumb normally is 2 of these, 2 of your little spacers, or 1 spacer. So I reckon there's 2 of them in there. I'm going to leave that there, and then I'm going to do this one here. So and then and again, just try and leave a little bit of a space, because you don't want, if you leave it too tight in, you're going to crack your spine, and that's not what you want to do. But if you leave it too loose, then you've got, you know, you've got that as well, but you want to have the bendability. I reckon that is fine. So grab your bone folder and then push it down, making sure that it is as lined up as you can on all the edges, just like so. Now I get my paper trimmer back out and I just trim down some of these signs, because it's 12 inches, it'll fit in my trimmer still. So I'm just going to cut off these 2 ephemera, and then I'm going to do the same to about those 2 tags I'm aiming for. Okay. And then, so you're going to have that effect. So I just turn it around, and again I just make sure that it's all pushed down. Okay, so we can move these 2 pieces of paper out of the way because we don't need them at the moment. And then what I do is I get my bone folder and I just go across the top and the 2 sides, and I just push them down. It just helps with the bending in a minute. And then you want to grab your scissors and you want to cut your corners, but you don't want to cut them to the corner. You want to cut them so there's, I don't know, like half a nail, if you've got really short nails. You just don't want it, you don't want it too close, but you don't want it too far. Now keep these little bits, because these will do for cutting out flowers or bats or anything else. I'm all for, you know, maximising the paper, really. So that is it. So all I do before I put any tape down is I just fold all of this up with those crease lines. So when I come to fold it with my tape on, it's a little bit easier, but I don't fold my book to begin with. So, just like so. And then I get my tape. Now I will be using, this is going to be too wide, so I'm going to be using lots of my thin strips, which I don't mind because I got loads from AliExpress last year and I am literally still using it now. So I do need to put in another order for it, but like a lot of things, it's not a priority at the moment because I've still got quite a few rolls, but it will be in the next month or so, having a big huge delivery. Because it does work out cheaper than buying it from Hobbycraft or any other retailer that sells it. And to be fair, if you look inside the reels, you'll find most of it is what you buy in the craft shops anyway, but the rolls are just a bit bent, or you know, manufacturing hasn't gone to plan on them. So you know, I do get quite a bit from Ali, dye wise and as well, but you know, you can tell by looking at a dye if it's a company dye or if it's one that another or an independent designer has made. So you know, just use your common sense with your dyes. But everything else is mainly bought in from China anyway, so you know, as far as I'm aware with that is fair game. So that's my opinion. Don't shoot me. Right, I start with the bottom two, the bottom and the top, and then I push it in, and then I fold it, and then I burnish it. This is how you would start making a mini album. So you know, there's lots of tutorials out there for doing mini albums and things like that. And Wendy, if you are watching this, yes, I am chucking everything on the floor. So Wendy is one of my friends on Facebook, and one of my friends on the Crafting Divas page, and she always tells me off when I chuck everything onto the floor. So, which I find quite funny. Okay, I have cut my paper slightly too short around the corners, and I will show you what I mean in a minute. But I'm not too worried about that because it's only me that's going to be really seeing this book, or if any of my crafting friends come over. So, you know, if that happens to you, you know, so here you shouldn't be able to really see any of this black here. So you want more similar to that, and look a bit similar to that one, and again, that's just a little bit shorter there. Okay, now you have that covered, you can slightly start bending your book. Now I always put my bone folder in there because obviously, you know, your top's got two pieces of paper. So that is the beginning of your book. So I think that's, you know, really nice. And then we can do the inside. So one piece of 12 by 12 ain't going to do it, I'm afraid. So I might do spider's webs actually. What I might do is I might cut off this bottom bit and add it to here, so it's one big bigger bit of paper. So I'm going to cut this at 9 1/4, straight down the middle, just straight down at 9 1/4. Because your book's 9 1/2, so you want so I'm giving myself 1/4 inch all the way down, and then I'm going to cut this at 9 1/4 as well. So again, I've only got that little bit of it. Excuse me. I've only got that little bit of a square left, but again, that's going to go in my scrap pile, and that is going to be made use of. So again, you just want to make sure that this is well burnished, and then pull this on. Now this might be too long, but we can just cut it. Now, yes, there's going to be a line on here, but we're going to be putting a pocket on here anyway, so you're not going to, your eye's not going to get drawn to it because you're going to be filling that up. So there you go. So one sheet of 12 by 12 will cover your inside of your book if you do that way. And if you're re-watching this from the Group Girls, an easier way of doing your inside cover. So that is that. So we can just put tape all on the back of this now. So I'm going to use this tape here, and I'm going to go long ways. But again, if you want to use glue, use glue. If you want to, you know, if you don't have this type of tape, just use what you've got. If you've only got a little bit of tape, I've just wrecked my paper. Just put it in several directions, you know. Literally just use. The only problem with this is once it's stuck, it's sort of stuck. Just use what you've got, you know. There's no right, no wrong, you know. Yeah, the tape I'm using is very, very thin. If you've got like 1/2 inch or 1 inch tape, use that. You know, I'm literally just using what I have in my stash. I'm not, you know, really going out and buying anything else, because I've got so much paper and everything. It's, you know, it's silly. Oh, don't get me wrong, there's paper pads out there which I would love. And again, just burnish all that tape down, and then take it off. So I will be picking up all that tape today, so but this book will be in 3 parts, but I'll be doing it all today. So yeah. There we go. So that is absolutely covered in tape. So I've got to be careful now because this tape is really, really sticky. But I put this down more or less first time. if you're a little bit new to this, you can put glue on the back and it gives you that little bit of time, but not that much time, to get it all spaced and everything else. So you want to, don't forget you only got 1/4 inch all the way around. So that is where it's landed, so that is where it's going. And again, really burnish this down. Just like that. And then with your bone folder, as you're bringing this up, just keep that in there, and you have a nice clean fold. So, oopsie-daisy, just like that. So that is your inside of your folder and your outside, and that's where we're going to leave it at the moment, because my battery's just about to die anyway, so that's quite good. And we will see you again with part 2 very, very soon. Okay, bye now.